Dear BBC, we need to talk. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Pascal Marchev and this is Chef's Choice. BBC released 3 songs by 6 artists the day before yesterday that are in the running to represent the United Kingdom in Tel Aviv. And many of us were disappointed. Not because the songs are terrible, but because once more they didn't manage to represent the thriving and diverse music scene of Britain. Roy D. Hexel of oneurope.co.uk published an open letter to the BBC yesterday that I would recommend to everyone to read, because I can't even begin to explain how much I agree with it. I will put a link to this letter in the description below, but I just wanted to show a few quotes from this letter because they hit the nail on the head. Basically, he feels like the BBC is repeating the same mistakes over and over again, despite resulting in terrible places at Eurovision each year. And by the way, I think that's the case for quite a few countries. But for Britain it's especially tragic because they have so much to give musically that it seems like we're just getting the breadcrumbs. Roy agrees that the songs are not terrible, but there's one thing about them as a collection that is almost the biggest sin in this competition. They're ordinary. So very ordinary. Roy also mentions a problem that is an issue for many countries that struggle with a good staging, but also in the pre-selection of songs. And that is that they rarely take a step back and look at it from the point of view of someone who wasn't involved so deeply, but sees the songs and performances in the context of all the other countries and how they come across to fresh eyes that haven't worked on it for weeks. But you're too close to it all. You can't see what many of the rest of us can see, that rather than a broad palette of colors, you've scarcely covered a tiny subdivision of beige. And that's probably my favorite sentence of the whole letter. By the way, he doesn't want to devalue the work that is put into the selection. There's a lot that we from outside don't see. And there are people at BBC that would love to put authentic, unique songwriters and singers through in the selection. But the top-down fear of falling out of the comfort zone by the decision makers is what prevents the UK from a successful participation at Eurovision. But enough about the letter. Again, I would recommend to read it, and the link is in the description below. But let's quickly talk about the songs anyway. So we have 3 songs that are sung each by 2 different acts. So I'll decide first which act of each pair wins their song, and in the end decide on the best overall combination. First we have Bigger Than Us, sung by Michael Rice and Holly Tandy. I mean, I personally love Michael's version because it's so easy to sing along to, and there's so much resemblance to one of my favorite Disney songs from Hercules, Go the Distance. Holly Tandy's version, on the other hand, feels like it's still in the demo state. It feels unfinished and generic, and as much as I liked her in her X Factor season, I think Michael Rice is the far better choice here.
Can you understand? You will never be alone. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than you and me. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than everything we see. 'Cause I can feel the universe when I'm feeling you breathe. It's bigger than us. And it's bigger than you and me. It's bigger.
The next song is Freaks, sung by Jordan Clarke and the girl group MAID. I start with Jordan Clarke. Oh god, I can see something in the verses of the song, but the chorus is just one big cringe. Yes, bullying is a thing, and it can work well if the song is good, but if it's such an ordinary instrumental and the epitome of generic melody that was clearly influenced by Pachelbel's canon that has influenced so many songs before that, then I can't take this seriously. I see more potential in MAID's version. But again, it's the verses that are a lot better than the chorus, and they don't even seem to come from the same song. Overall, it's still also very cliché. So I actually don't even want to decide here, but if I had to pick one, I'd still go with the girls here, because there's more potential to make it better with a revamp.
But I don't see the difference in me, you, you're 2 and 1 food. So if you've had enough, come to the land of the lost and lonely. Don't be afraid, we'll be one big family of freaks like you and me. I know a place where the bruised and broken live like the kings and the queens of tragedy. Just are the freaks.
And the third song is Sweet Lies by Kerrie and Anisa. We're getting into the disco section of the small beige area that was explored for this selection with Kerrie's version. But there's literally nothing that makes this unique. Anisa's version is completely different, but boring nonetheless. So I prefer Kerrie's disco version because at least there's potential for an entertaining performance.
Don't tell me where you've been, don't wanna hear a thing. Don't tell me where you've been. Keep telling me lies, keep telling me sweet, sweet lies. Keep telling me lies. Keep giving me highs, keep giving me sweet, sweet highs. Keep telling me lies, keep telling me, keep telling me, keep telling me lies. They say that I'm naive now.
But what's the best option for me overall? I make this quick now because the video is already so long. All three songs are okay from a radio friendliness standpoint, and they probably don't deserve to be in the bottom 3 in Tel Aviv, but still it's not an exciting choice to make. But I would send Michael Rice, but it needs a lot of work to make it sound not so cliche. So that's what I think of the UK selection. But what do you think? Tell me in the comments below. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video about Norway's Melodi Grand Prix. Bye.